Hi, everybody, and welcome to Prife International. That's the name of the company. And this is the company that brings the iTeraCare to the entire world. So I'll be sharing the iTeraCare, the science of this. And we have three devices. We've got the Pro, we have the Classic. I call this the Red Hot Chili Pepper. We have the Premium, and the fourth one, which is the Premium Plus. And after that, I'll be sharing the ultimate human health. This is the guide on how you can achieve that human health that you've been wanting to be vibrant, feeling young again. Is that possible? Of course, there's a way to do that. And that is science, and it's been proven. So, disclaimer tonight, I'm not going to be talking about medical advices. This is not a medical device. This information is basically about science. So we're going to dig deeper into what science has to say and the people that have used this product. So these are just household electrical appliances. It does nothing to do with any medical concerns or medical ways or diagnostic purposes. So if you want the medical way, go to your doctor, right? But if you understand you are the doctor, why not? Right? If you understand that your body can heal itself, because this is the thing. If you can remove doctors in your life, that will be a great breakthrough, right? If you remove all the medical stuff in your life, that would be a great breakthrough. Yeah, it's something new, but that is the way, because there's never been the reason why there's doctor, because people don't know how to heal themselves. So let's go into the very core why it can be done. As you can see, all right, energy is the body's best medicine. That's why I'm confident that you can really create balance in your life again. You can align your body again back to healing, back to rejuvenation, feeling young and alive and healthy, because there is such a practical way to do that, and it's safe. And we call that energy or frequency. So if you understand how energy works and how frequency works, your perception about health, your understanding about health will be different. All right. So now go to the meeting chat. There are 63 of us here tonight. This is Philippine time. And go to the meeting chat. Let me know where you're from. We've got some people from all over the world. Somebody's asking who can speak Arabic. All right. I'm not going to speak Arabic because I don't know Arabic. Probably you can do some translations. I think Zoom has a translation feature which can auto translate my English to Arabic. Now, my English is not English, UK English, or English, American English. It is seemingly like Filipino, Malaysian, Singaporean, Bisaya, Tagalog English. I'm a hybrid type of English speaker, all right? So just stick to that. All right. So we've got some people here. We've got Mom Ellen from London, and she's saying love from London. Wow. We've got somebody here, Pauline Nunga from Kenya. Oh, I can see Kenya is really soaring high, ladies and gentlemen. Good evening from Kenya. That is Gladys from Kenya, Nairobi. And we've got from Florida, that's iPhone. I don't know what's your name, iPhone, but you can retype and say your name. Watching from New York, that's Jonathan Concepcion. It's too early there, brother Jonathan, but thank you for being with me today. We've got Dr. Mathana Gopal Palani from India. All right, we've got Lee Yi Lan. Oh, Lee Yi Lan, I'm just happy every time I see you. Good evening from Malacca, Malaysia. We've got Musari from Singapore. We've got Denka from Slovenia. All right, Ljubljana, Slovenia. May sending happy frequency from Antipolo City. You can see her smiling right now. Every time I see her, I'm just happy. All right, such great energy. You're doing a lot of great stuff to the world. You know that. We've got Loisa from London. We've got saying good morning from Saudi Arabia with an Arabic text. Thank you. We've got Anwar from Malaysia, Blaze Sheila Della Vega from Florida, Fair Libarnes from Florida, watching from Sagay City, Negros Occidental. Good evening, Sir Nathan. That is from Anlene Pablea. And we've got Sunday, Lito, Nayan from California, Leia from Atlanta, Georgia, USA, Hola from Malacca, Good morning. That is Franz and Bob Sagaran from LA. We've got good morning from Saudi again. We've got Meros Lawa from Germany and Carlos from Venezuela and Coach Vivi Wong. Good evening from KL, our great coach. All right. Thank you, Coach. Good evening from Canada, Cora Messina in the Philippines right now for vacation. Wow, amazing. Abu Huraira from India. Julie, good evening. Watching from Quirino, Philippines, and Lilibeth from MacArthur, Leyte. And we've got M. Tagig from Tagig. Andrew from Nairobi, Kenya. Welcome, Andrew. I just saw you were welcome today. So if you are a first timer, I'm so happy that you're here. I'm going to talk about the iTeraCare. This is hailed as the world's best light wave therapy device in the world. Now, nothing invasive here. You're not going to put something, take something. It's just frequency. And that's what's amazing about this technology. And I'm going to show you some testimonials because the testing, if you say, Nathan, is this good? Why are you saying there's a lot of great stuff here, And he invited me, my friend said, you got to watch it. What's with this device? Well, I'm going to show you some results. All right, now, again, I always say this is not a gimmick. I'm not trying to convince you here because I'm not going to sell this to you. I'm just giving you information. But if in case it has moved you to do something like to get this device, go ahead. And if you want to take it to the next level by sharing it to a lot of people, go ahead. You're most welcome. You can be part of the team, like this warriors, messengers of information of this great device. Okay, let's start with mobility that is limited. This lady, all right, everything's got to be compliant tonight. This lady was bedridden for 3 months due to vascular incident. All right, now you have to understand, when you're not moving for how many months, some of your muscles, your nerves constricted, there's not enough flow of blood, and that's not good. Some are years. But as you can see, after 8 days, she was able to move her legs. That's amazing. And after 53 days, she's able to walk. And today, this is her latest photo. As you can see, she's smiling. Her hair is black, darker. She's able to walk, she's able to move, and she has gained weight. That is amazing. Life has changed because of this device. Now, this dramatic story of Mr. Paulo Andrade. Now, look at him today. Look and see that photo right there. Every time I see this, it just gives joy in my heart because I know the story. A friend of mine went there. As you can see, that's him trying to, restore, revive this guy. He was crying and praying, you're going to be better. You're going to be well. After using it for 1 day, 2 days, 3 days, nothing happens. But 5 days after, Paulo was able to walk by himself. After 10 days, he was discharged from one of the most expensive hospitals in the Philippines. And you can see that's him today. That's 2024 photo, eating with his family. His family is very happy, and he's living his life back to almost normal because of the iTeraCare and what he is doing. A total change of lifestyle. What was his condition? Aneurysm, or we call it a severe abnormal dilation and disruption in the blood supply to the brain. We've got severe discomfort on legs and back, and this lady for 4 years, the discomfort was extreme. She was unable to walk and perform everyday tasks. Can you imagine this for years, even for months? This is unimaginable. She's almost giving up, and she's taking a lot of supplements, not much. And she said, okay, I'm going to give this blower a chance. They blow on her knees and her body for like 30 minutes. And so the next day, she was amazed. Almost of that discomfort was gone. Almost. And after 10 days, I was there. She was walking. And now she is a messenger again, a distributor of the iTeraCare. Now, we've got paralysis of facial muscles. And the medical term for this is Bell's palsy. All right. You can see before and after. This was one of our early testimonies. And when I saw this, I was like, well, come on, this couldn't be right? because not just one or two, I've seen several of these people with temporary paralysis on facial muscles. Can you imagine twitching, without even controlling it yourself, just twitching, yeah, all right, and your eyes twitching. It's uncomfortable, right? But after using it for 8 days and so in a week and 10 days, it was almost gone. That is just like, wow. I mean, people with this kind of conditions, there are a lot of them. And helping them, my gosh, we call it become big. You can stop their mouth start talking and sharing. That's the side effect of this iTeraCare. You're going to start sharing stiffness and restricted movement in the shoulder joint. This, guys, as you can see, and this is just 15 minutes, ladies and gentlemen. I'm not talking about days. I'm not talking about hours. 15 minutes, as you can see, this guy is able to lift his hands. This Mike here on the right side was able to move and lift his hands, even though he has a lot of conditions, cardiovascular, sugar regulation, a lot of discomfort, unable to raise his hand. But after 15 minutes, he was able to raise his hand 80%. That is 15 minutes. Now, if you can ask me, well, he's working is better because he's using this iTeraCare like every day. Now, abnormalities in the thyroid gland, and the medical term is the goiter, right? After 10 sessions, as you can see, huge size, there is a significant reduction after 10 sessions of using the iTeraCare. We have eye discomfort. A lot of this, guys. I mean, even myself, and the reason why I'm using this, because there's a lot of blue light. This is one of our products here, and I just realized, oh my gosh, it's helping me a lot. Before, I wasn't using this, after my Zoom call, like this is an hour of doing it, right, with all the lights, the ring lights. It's like I'm seeing myself like, oh, my eyes is really not feeling well. There's a lot of tears sometimes because of the blue light. Now I'm using this, and I'm using the iTeraCare. What an amazing results. It's not disrupting my sleep, giving me a lot of great benefits because of the negative ion in this spec here. And of course, if you use it with the iTeraCare, you can see a lot of people with this condition, redness, proteins in the eyes. I mean, they're almost gone because of the iTeraCare. And for ladies who wants to beautify your skin, I mean, beauty today is a trend, right? It seems that everybody wants to go that road because that is your image. Your face is you. And so to be able to achieve that, it's not just facial creams. You need frequency to make sure the blood circulates well and the skin becomes firm and healthy. You can see there's a lot of ladies using that. And girls, it's not just your face, even hair. You can use a iTeraCare as your hair dryer because it's safer if you're using your normal hair dryers, which has EMF radiation. The iTeraCare is no radiation at all. It's super healthy. Even my wife's hair is thicker. Every time she uses iTeraCare, I notice her hair is shinier. And a lot of people with great results, like white hair turns darker. Wow, there's a lot of that. Now, women's health. We've got lumped beneath her left breast. This is 2 weeks of using the device, and that lump is gone. Isn't that amazing? Lump is gone after using the iTeraCare. And another one here we call is the immune disorder. And this lady had that on stage 3, and after using it for
Ano?
20
Sila
days.
ang may sabi?
Oh, all right. Let me do something here. Okay, why are you able to unmute yourself? Okay, you should not be unmuting yourself. All right, now that's okay. Let's go to this lady again. After 21 days, her lump reduced 30%, and 90% of that discomfort was relieved. Now, the last one here is really amazing. This is called the accumulation of fluid in the abdominal and the abdomen areas. The medical term of this is ascites. You can Google the ascites problem. And this lady is not pregnant, by the way. This condition is so rare, all right, but it's life-threatening. It could really mess her life, like end her life. So the doctor said, you gotta have surgery. No money, but a good Samaritan. This guy is a neighbor. He's an owner of that red hot chili pepper blower, started blowing, and said, okay, I'm going to lend this to you and you pay me when you're able. So they use it for 1 week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, nothing happens. On the third week, they said, we're going to give up. And the friend said, no, something's happening. All right. Fifth, sixth, on the seventh week, that's like almost 2, 3 months, right? The navel opened and the water started leaking out like a faucet. Wow. And you can see that basin there. Look at that. There's a lot of bubbles. Those are from the liquid inside her stomach. And it dried out. After 3 months, she's able to move and her life is back. She has a job today and she's working like a normal person, like a mom, right? Serving her family. That's just one of those many thousands of testimonies that we have. And we have 500 plus doctors. And in fact, the 2 months ago, there was a meeting with a lot of doctors in the Philippines, like 100 of them, and they've seen the iTeraCare. I mean, in the medical, all right, this is not medical again. It's not really like in the medical and mainstream, but a lot of medical doctors are endorsing and using this device. So in other words, you have the confidence because it has been proven and science has really talked about the frequency and the power of energy. And that is the future, ladies and gentlemen. So let's look into the story of why it is important for us to migrate our mindsets and the way we bring health in our physical body. Now, check this out. Thousands of years ago, there's no such thing as diabetes, cancer. People don't die because of disease. They simply sleep and move to the next life. They age fully and they just die. That's in every textbook. Today, people are sick, really sick. They don't age fully. People can die as young as 30 today. And I've seen in the news with aneurysm as young as 18, 15 years old. And even there are children that are diabetic as young as 10, 12 years old. That's just unbelievable. There's too many things today. The world is gloomy. The world is dark. I'm not talking about the wars. I'm talking about the disease and the suffering, and people die because of disease. Why is that so? And the World Health Organization said that the number one cause of death, why people are dying and why people die, it's because of the blockage called cardiovascular disease. We call it stroke or heart attacks, all right? There's a chronic obstructive disease, all right? It could be in the lungs, in the heart, in the mind, in the brain. All right. And the second leading cause of death is cancer. In the Philippines, cancer is really high. And in fact, today you can look at the statistics, both in the US, in Europe, all over the world, there is an uptick of cancer all over the world. I mean, it's crazy. It's not just 1%. 1% is even high. It's not 2. It's like triple, fivefold. Cancer is so high today. Why? Because of lifestyle and chronic disease like this. They don't just come because we are not informed well. There is a disinformation from the food industry, from the medical industry. Again, all of these people, they want money. Okay, that's the harsh reality. So they don't want us to have the real truth about healing ourselves and understanding what's the cause and why people are dying. Because if the society is sick, that's a good business for them. Would you agree with me? Right? That's why if you're healthy, you are not a good business for them. All right. So blockage is the main cause of this body discomfort or pain. That's according to the traditional Chinese medicine. The blockage of what? Flow of two things: the flow of blood, which blood carries oxygen, nutrients, and the flow of energy. If these are blocked in certain areas in your body, that's where pain is, or we call it inflammatory problems. So check your body right now. Come on, check. Where is that pain? Is it on your neck? It is on your back? Simple. If there is that discomfort or pain, well, there is a problem there. That's a blockage of blood and energy. So what do you need to do? You have to fix the flow. It's like a pipe, there is a hose. If you try to bend it, all right, the water does not flow from the other end. And that's a problem. And if there's not enough flow within miles and miles of our arteries and vessels in the body, that's got to be a great problem. And doing that, having that for years, you're looking into disease. So inflammation is an introduction of having a disease. Now, humanity is searching for the ultimate health hack. I've seen a lot of great episodes, great, ideas, perceptions, perspective about health in YouTube. All right, there's a lot, but I like the way of just incorporating the natural way of bringing health into the body. Would you agree with me? So, is there a hack? Before I talk about the hack, let's understand that the physical body is a healing system itself. In other words, your body, my body is designed to heal itself. Do you agree with that? If you agree, go to the meeting chat and say yes. In other words, the body is the doctor itself. Your body has the capacity to heal, rejuvenate, balance itself. Your body is a living being. Your body is a loving body. You know, we have bombarded our body with a lot of toxins and we don't even know about it. You know, eating in the morning breakfast with cereals and a lot of sugar and a lot of these fats and oils. Still, even though you're doing that years and years, still the body is able to regenerate, to balance itself. It is a healing system in itself. And Hippocrates mentioned this, that we have a natural healing force within each body. And that is the greatest force in getting well. In other words, if we pump enough energy into that healing force, what will happen to the body? The body will heal itself. So we're not just talking about nutrition. We're talking about energy, because everything has to be converted into energy. Because in the very, very core of everything, it's non-stuff. It's not matter. It's energy. Energy is a building block of matter. Science and quantum physics has proven that. So if everything is energy, your body is an energy field. Yes or yes. Your cells has energy. In the mitochondria, it has energy. Your atoms, which is the tiniest unit of matter in its very core, it's waves and energy. So if everything is energy, then everything has to vibrate. If everything vibrates, then there is information in every vibration. If you want to tune in to FM station, you listen to the music of that radio station. That is called vibration and information. Every time there is a vibration, there is a certain frequency. Frequency has numbers, frequency has figures, and frequency has information. This is what Tesla said. He said, if you want to find the secret, which not everybody knows, if you want the secret of the universe and the secret of everything, you got to know, you got to think, not in terms of matter, but you got to think in terms of energy, frequency, and vibration. This is the new consciousness, ladies and gentlemen. And the great scientist, Albert Einstein, he didn't talk about the magic pill. All right. Some people said, well, there will be a pill, one pill for a cancer. It never happened. If it happens, it could have been here already. But nothing. They wouldn't. And it cannot be done in that way, because the real cure or the real answer to what life is about is frequency, and that is energy. So the future of all of these things is frequencies. That future is actually available today, though it's not yet highly used, highly understood, highly shared, because it's not in the mainstream. And the reason why they don't want this to be in the mainstream, because it will disrupt their business. Correct? We've got a lot of energy healing today. We've got Reiki healing, Gikong healing, sound healing. And in fact, I've seen about sound vibration and certain frequencies, and they can balance the body. They can realign the physical body's energy. All of this energy healing is not, again, in the mainstream because it is disrupted, but it's here. This is the future, ladies and gentlemen. Now, I'm going to show you some technological discoveries. I'm going to show you two stuff here to prove to you that the future is here. But this is the sad reality. Even though the future is here, this is not, all right, this is not going to be mainstream. It will not be introduced to the humanity, because anybody that discovers something amazing, something powerful, something sustainable, right, and natural, they will always suppress it. And you know that. Anyone that finds a cure for cancer, they will always suppress it. If not, they will kill it, because cancer industry is a multi-billion-dollar industry. Anyone that finds a solution for sickness and disease in a natural way using nature and technology, they will always suppress it. That's why it will never be mainstream. It's a battle, ladies and gentlemen. It is a battle of the energies around us. Now, Exhibit A, NASA. In 2003, Thomas J. Goodwin found a frequency that can heal, regenerate, and recover cells. And he called this the PEMF, pulse electromagnetic field. It mimics the magnetism of Earth. This was created by NASA, is simply to maintain the body's health of the astronauts. You know, when astronauts go to space, they age faster, they lose balance. There's no atmosphere that regenerates or heal the body. They have to have oxygen. And there's a lot of stuff there in space that is not available. All right. And so the body deteriorates and age faster. So they provided the PEMF so it will still, in other words, mimics the magnetism and atmosphere of Earth. So the bodies of the astronauts still is in an optimum state. And PEMF was launched or discovered in 2003 by NASA. The good news is we have PEMF in Prife International, which I'm about to show you later. Now, second exhibit here is the discovery of Dr. Anthony Holland. They have discovered that cancer cells, listen, this is huge, guys, but again, it's not mainstream. Cancer cells are vulnerable and can be shattered when this is exposed to a certain frequency range, and they call this the 11th harmonics. This certain frequencies can effectively stop the growth of cancer. Now, Nathan, why is it not in the mainstream? How come it's not in the TV? Again, you know the drama on this earth, right? It will never be mainstream because it's disrupted. But then this is available. You know, I'm really like wishing this could be in the mainstream. This could be available, but it would not because it will lose their business. But again, we have this now. The third one is the terahertz frequency. It's not mainstream, but we have science, we have discoveries, we have doctors, we have people pushing this because this is the way we can push the right way of healing the body using frequency. So terahertz in iTeraCare. What is terahertz? This was discovered by the American scientists in the 1980s. It is in between the electronic and photonic frequency waves, in between microwave and infrared. Tera means trillions. So the vibrational frequency reaches trillions of vibration. That is unimaginable. In 2004, the US government named the terahertz technology as one of the top 10 technologies that would change the future world. Today, this is used in communications by China, even Japan, aviation, biomedical, diagnostic treatments, and a lot. I'll show you more of that. All right. This is non-ionizing frequency. In other words, it does not remove electrons. It does not discharge your cell's energy like the cell phones, like the laptops, the Wi-Fi. These are discharging frequency. We call it EMF, electromagnetic frequency radiation, which is just very bad and dangerous. And we are surrounded by all of this EMF. That's the thing here, but not the terahertz. The terahertz is totally different. All right. The American scientists, they call this wave or the wave of life because it matches the frequency of the human cells. So human cells frequency, because we have a vibrational frequency, right? Like every organ and every part of the body, like listening to a wave or a radio wave, that vibrational frequency is the same as the vibrational frequency of the terahertz in a low range. So when the frequency of terahertz is produced, what happens to the cells? The cells identify it, resonates with it. What happens to the cells? The cells recharge itself. So in other words, terahertz is a charger. That's why Japanese scientists call this light of life, and Chinese scientists, they call this God's wave band. There's a lot of scientific data here. Terahertz and human health. You know, they said in National Library of Medical in the US government site, all right, they use the terahertz as treatment of angina. Positive effects on treatment and blood clotting in patients with angina. This one here, it says terahertz exposure enhances neuronal synaptic. What is neuronal synaptic? This is the brain, a neuron, brain. Synaptics means bonding. You know, when memories, new skill, we have bonds. Our speech, everything that we learned, it's bonded in our brain called synaptics. And that is important. So we learn, we evolve, and we understand, all right? And we can analyze and we can start doing the stuff. But without that, people with the loss of blood and oxygen and connection, they use that neural synaptic. It's gone. With the iTeraCare, it can enhance and it can bring that back. That's why we have a lot of great testimonies. People with stroke, people with a lot of paralysis, almost going back, almost like they're better, right? Now, a lot of research papers, the health benefits of the terahertz frequency, right? We've got the Journal of Applied Physics, right? You can see the website here. This is all in Google, ladies and gentlemen. Potential clinical applications of terahertz, cellular effects of terahertz. We've got exposures of a lot of stuff, even Russia, Japan, US. These are the three countries that are really doing their studies about terahertz. And of course, China, one of the world's leading in terahertz technology. Our scientist is from China, which I'm about to show you. And Russia here, this is interesting with China, with Russia. Russia has discovered in their Academy of Scientists or Academy of Science that the terahertz can activate stem cells. Wow. We have stem cells everywhere, right? Especially in our spine. Once you expose these areas with stem cells, it activates stem cells. That's why you're going to look younger. And I've seen a lot of our users, like friends of mine that have been using this 2 years ago when we started 2.5 years ago. And today I got a shock when I saw them. Like people are using it every day, continuously. They're younger. I mean, no kidding, guys. No kidding. Their skin's younger, the hair is darker, they're younger. Even myself, I think so. Of course, I'm getting younger because I'm using it every day. Look at this guy. This is our scientist. This is Mr. Yang Wen-jun, professor of the biomedical scientist. He is the first scientist who successfully invented the world's first terahertz light wave device. This is the first one in 2014. It looks like a bazooka, a huge hair dryer, which it can pop some missiles out of it. It looks really ugly. But over years of study, this guy was able to create an amazing device called terahertz device, and we have it today as the iTeraCare. Now, Prive, this is the name of the company, all right, and the Shang, the name of the company of this scientist, collaborated together so we can introduce this terahertz device to the entire Earth. So in other words, we're the only company, Prive is the only company that has the legit, all right, the real terahertz device in the world. Other people, they will claim we have this, we have terahertz. Come on. Anyone can just mimic, right? Anyone can replicate anything, but you don't know unless it is from the Shang and from Prive International. That's what gives me the confidence, ladies and gentlemen. You are in the right place and you're looking at the genuine, the original, and the only one, and that is Prive and the iTeraCare. So kudos to that. Congratulations for being here. Now, this is the evolution of our iTeraCare 2019, the third generation. We call this the Pro device used for commercial level. Stores, spas, hospitals, clinics, they're using this. Long use. Family with huge families, they can use the Pro because it can withstand hours of using it every single day. Now, the 2021, the fourth generation, we call this the iTeraCare Classic, the Red Hot Chili Pepper. We have 3 of this already, and this is the latest one, all right, 2021, and it has great feature. This is our entry level, right? And the next one, this is our latest one. We call this the Purple Fire, the 2024 edition, the Premium Plus of iTeraCare. It has a lot of features. It has beeping features every 2 minutes. All right. Why 2 minutes? Because it takes 2 minutes for you to activate meridian points. So it beeps every 2 minutes. It has wonderful cooling effect, probably a little bit of ambient heat there. And the heat is not as high as the Pro. So it's good for people that are light users, and you want aesthetics and you want it light and you can carry it around, this is the best. We call it the Premium Plus. Now look into clinical studies here, clinical test reports, and then this is not medical reports or medical tests. Medical is totally different because it's chemical. This is based on energy. So you can see, you don't see all those potassiums and chemical base and blah, 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 all this triglycerides going up and down here. Nope, we're not talking about that. We're talking about energy levels. So a person that was tested before and after using the iTeraCare, there is the numerical value or quantum value based on energy. 45,000 is the highest, which we are #1 against inflammatory problems. That is the iTeraCare. And 62 of that, we have a documented here, and this was tested by the Beijing Research Institute of Chemical Technology. Now, why is iTeraCare powerful? Because of its 3-in-1 core technology, the terahertz, trillions of vibration in between microwave and infrared. We've got the quantum, which penetrates, creating it more powerful because of its powerful energy. It's a healing energy. This is intentional energy. So it's important when you're using the iTeraCare, you intentionally want to be healed. You want to be better. You want your body to regenerate, recover. You got to use that intention because that is what quantum is all about. And quantum extends, or it hastens the healing and the penetration of the terahertz into the body, up to your bone marrows, into your vital organs. And this is done possibly because of the quartz crystal. And the quartz crystal is also molded with mineral ingredients, 100 plus of it, and they're molded in a huge furnace that almost reaches 2000 degrees, which is amazing, all right? And there's a lot of that. And these are the 5 features of the iTeraCare. We call it penetration, activation, identification, safety, and user-friendly. Penetration means it goes to your bone marrows and it clears your blockages. Activation means resonance. And again, when I say resonance, when the cells get the information, the cells is charged. So this is a charger called identification or activation. And the identification is it stops the growth of any abnormal or mutated cells in the body. Safe because there's no radiation, it's non-ionizing, zero ultraviolet problems there, and user-friendly. In other words, even kids can be blown on this, and elderlies or children can use it, yeah, but with adult supervision because this is hot. It's like a hairdryer, right? And so it's easy to operate. It's safe for all ages, even for newborn babies, people who are on the bedriddens, are grasping for life. They can. We've seen a lot of great results. Now, I'm going to end in this kind of result here. Now, this is a third-party test here. They have tested the iTeraCare using the Kirlian camera. The Kirlian camera is able to capture energy alignment of the physical body. The guys here, energy alignment was at 75%. You can see those colors, those circles, 7 circles. We call it the 7 chakra. And the idea is your 7 chakra should be totally aligned. Once it is aligned, you have achieved a state of balance called homeostasis. And you achieve it when you meditate, when you're relaxed, when you're totally in oxygen state, when you're so balanced and grounded and centered. And you have that kind of state. Your body's aligned and the body heals. Now, this guy was at 75%. Not good. After using the iTeraCare for just 15 minutes, oh my, this lady was blown away because it usually takes them hours and even days to give you an energy alignment, all right? And even meditation, it takes you some hours, probably some minutes, a lot of minutes to do it. But this is just 15 minutes, and it pumped into 92% of energy alignment. She was just surprised. In other words, the iTeraCare is helping the body achieve its balance, homeostasis, so the body can heal itself. This is important. Again, when you're stressed, you're not healing. And the reason why you cannot heal when you're stressed, because the body is in fight mode. You need to relax. And a lot of people say, Nathan, the first time I use iTeraCare, I feel sleepy because the body achieves a state of balance. And when you're sleeping, the body is healing. All right, sleep is a very important factor to heal the body. So when you're using the iTeraCare and you feel sleepy, that is a good sign. You are responding to the frequency and you better sleep, okay? Now, 1 hour of iTeraCare is equivalent to 10 times of acupuncture without the needles, 20 times of cupping, 30 times of gua sha, and 40 times of massage based on what? Benefits. And usage precautionary for people who have menstruation or menstruating or pregnant. Don't use it at all for pregnant women. Menstruation, don't blow there directly. Use the water, the charged water. If you have stent, lens, or objects implanted in your body, don't blow there directly. All right. It's important to know that. If you have fresh wounds, open wounds, fractured bones, don't blow there directly. Let it heal first. When it's done, then you can use the iTeraCare. For more information about the blowing guide, the precautionary, the guidance, the manual, we've got a blowing guide, which you can ask the person that invited you today. All right. That is Prive. That is iTeraCare. All right. If you've learned something, let me know. Okay. Because I'm basically done. I'm basically done with the iTeraCare. I'm going to move into the next one. All right. I have a few more minutes here. I'm going to move into the next one. I call this the ultimate human health. Right. I'm going to coin this because the iTeraCare is about discomfort, right? The iTeraCare is about circulation, frequency, and all of these things. But I'm going to bring you to another level of learning here. And this is Gary Brecka. Please follow this guy. Please follow this guy. I really want you to follow this guy because this guy he doesn't know me, but the moment I heard from him, I just aligned with him. I followed his protocols. And it's just like oh my gosh, we have this in Prive International. This is what I want. And so I followed his advice and it's just helped my health. And a lot of people, celebrities, elites, and all over the world. This guy's famous now because of what he's doing. So he's a human biologist, a biohacker, and he talked about the problem. The real problem with humanity is deficiency. What is deficiency? It's not about the lack of food or supplement. It is the ability to convert those raw materials into a form that the body needs. We call it methylation. So it's not the supplement, the lack of food. It is the body's ability to biochemically process those food that you're eating so they will be used as a form into the body. If not, you have deficiency. All right. So it's like a crude oil, right? You cannot pump crude oil into the engine, all right, because the crude oil will not be interpreted by your engine, or else your engine will back down. You have to filter the crude oil. You have to process the crude oil, become gas or diesel, all right, RON 20 or 91, 97, 98. And then you pump that into your engine, and the engine can interpret that gas, that oil now that has been converted into 91, 97, 98. You know what I mean? That is called methylation. A lot of us, we don't have methylation capacity because why? The body is unable. There is no component that the body can methylate. All right. You lack all the capacity and you have deficiency. And deficiency is the real cause why people are sick and dying and they are diseased because of deficiency. All right. Now, how do we create methylation in the body? How does body methylate? We methylate if we do these three things. And these three things are free. You do grounding, you do breath work where you get oxygen and sunlight. Right? These are basic. This is basic, but this is not taught. But this is a great thing. You can do it for free. Now, if you don't have time, you don't have a place to do this, you can buy this superhuman protocol of Gary Brecka that amounts to 150,000 US dollars. Now, a lot of elite celebrities and athletes, rich people are using this. I've seen this in YouTube. It's really, really great. It's huge devices and it's really expensive. Most people don't have the capacity. But if you cannot buy this, well, you can ground. Go outside every day, minimum 10 minutes to 15 minutes. Why do we need magnetism from Earth? Because it discharges us into Earth. It changes the polarity of our cells. Our cells begins to separate and more energy and nutrients coming into our cells. And it alkalizes the body. So earthing and grounding is important. Do this every single day. It will change your health. All right. So earthing, again, it is magnetism. You are drawing those energy from the earth and you are discharging the unnecessary energy from stress, all of this EMF. And this is very, very important every single day. All right. Now we need oxygen. Is it free? Yes, you can do it by breath work. There's a lot of breath works in YouTube. You can follow, Wim Hof, which I like Wim Hof. So you do oxygenation or breath work, And a lot of people don't do this, right? Why do we need oxygen from the air? Because oxygen is the most important element for you not just to survive, but for you to live. Oxygen. The last thing the man needs when he's dying is oxygen. You don't pump nitrogen, you pump in oxygen. That is the most important thing that the body needs. And number three, sunlight. You got to be exposed in the sun unless at minimum of 10 15 minutes, because we are supposed to be outdoors 85% of our time. But we're not doing that because everybody's in their houses, in their office, no sunlight, no fresh air. You're breathing recycled air. There's no sunlight. You go out from your office, it's already evening. It's already dark. Why do you need sunlight? Because you need vitamin D. You need to methylate. Now, this is the bad thing. If you don't do these three things every day, that's the reason why you get sicker. You become sicker. You become sicker. Stress goes high. Acidity goes high. Now, a lot of problems goes with that, and disease, and worst thing is cancer. Now, this is what the quantum model of reality said. All diseases is a lowering of frequency. Sunlight gives you energy, gives you frequency. Breathing, oxygen gives you frequency and energy. Grounding gives you energy and frequency. It's all about the energy. That is the currency of your body. Why? Because your cells are batteries. Every cell, trillions of cells in our body is intelligent. It has a battery. It has an electron. It has mitochondria. In other words, it is a living organism that needs energy. Without energy, without doing these three things, the cells deteriorates. And every cell that deteriorates affects every organ, tissue, every system in the body. So how do we get this in the comfort of our home? How do we become super healthy? We need three things. And Prife has this trilogy of wellness. We've got grounding using the bio. We have the oxygenation using the OxyTap, which we infuse oxygen in our water. And we have the sunlight energy using the iTeraCare. There's three things. Number one, the bio, which is the grounding, has the PEMF, which I showed you a while ago, used by NASA. We have it here in our bio, and we have a lot of great results with that PEMF, and these are the benefits. Increases oxygen, nutrient delivery, circulation is increased, the plaque, all right, is decreased, and a lot of great stuff in the heart, all right? And the bio is great for relieving all of this stuff. Inflammation, promotes metabolism. Those of you who want to burn fat, it's really great. Body shaping, anti-aging. This is a very powerful frequency. You just have to put your feet on it, and it gives you all that magnetism and mimics the magnetism of Earth because of this 3-in-1 triple energy for your physical body. We got the terahertz negative ions for the bio, which is good to disinfect and sanitize your feet, and also the graphene far infrared, which is good for temperature rising of your skin, accelerates blood circulation, and many more. And the OxyTap, oh my gosh, there's a lot of demand of the OxyTap, and we have more OxyTap coming in the Philippines and all over the world, hopefully very soon. Now, why is oxygen so important? All right, the best statement in health is this one. The presence of oxygen is the absence of disease. Now, guys, remember that. If there is enough oxygen in the body, there's no disease in the body. You know that. So it's about oxygenation. Now, this OxyTap, once you drink the water from there that is infused with oxygen, you get 6 times higher oxygen absorption in your liver compared to just breathing. That is 6 times. That is a lot, right? Why is oxygen so important? Because you need energy in your mitochondria. We call it ATP, adenosine triphosphate. This is the source of energy that stores energy in your cellular level. And you know that, right? 2 ATP is not enough. Now, most people think that the energy is glucose. It's sugar, it's carbohydrates. Nope. The more you get sugar, the more you get carbohydrates, the insulin spikes up. When your glycemic spikes up, it's going to stress your pancreas, it's going to stress your body. The more you spike up, the more you crave for more food. The more you eat, the more you gain weight, the more you get fatter. And once you have all of these carbs and sugar in the body, all right, the body goes into stress, spikes of glycemic, which is not good. In return, you're going to have a lot of problem eventually. That's why we have diabetes. We have all these problems. So you don't need carbs. You don't need a lot of sugar. You need a lot of oxygen and a lot of foods. So when cell is with enough oxygen, what happens? The body generates more energy. We need 32 ATPs. That is the amount of energy currency that is needed in your cells. When there is enough energy and oxygen in your cells can carry out normal cell function. It can repair, it makes you young and alive, it fights infection, and guess what? With enough oxygen, it removes cancer in the body. Wow. Now, I'm not the one who said that, all right, by the way. This is the guy here. This is the reason why oxygen is very important. Dr. Otto Warburg, Nobel Prize winner in medicine. He said, cells can turn cancerous if it's deprived of oxygen for long periods. Listen to that, all right? All normal cells has a requirement of oxygen, but cancer cells can live without oxygen. That is a rule without exception. If you deprive a healthy cell 35% of its oxygen in 20 or 48 hours, that normal cell may become cancerous cell. Now, look at your room right now. Do you have enough oxygen? Are you breathing, all right, natural oxygen, or you're breathing recycled air from your air condition? If you're in your office and you're there 8 hours a day, recycled, there's no ventilation. Come on, man, you're losing oxygen. That's why cancer is more in city areas compared to people living in the mountains, living in the seaside. Why? That is the lack of oxygen. Now, oxygen is also important for you to feel high elevated emotions like passion, joy, vibrance, excitement, happiness. You need enough oxygen for you to be happy. People with low oxygen, they have low frequency, they've got low emotions. That's why oxygen is important even in your brain. And sunlight, that is the iTeraCare. And this sunlight power of iTeraCare because of the optical quartz, the quantum, and the terahertz technology. Now, this powerful combination can help you achieve the ultimate human health. This is called the Trilogy of Wellness. So I want you to complete this. Now, a lot of you have the iTeraCare already. Now, Nathan, what's next? Well, get the bio. After the bio, get the Oxytop. Complete it in your house. Don't miss getting 3 of this. If you don't have it, make it your intention. All right? It's like, I'm going to have that. It's like, this is your goal. Instead of buying Gucci bag, LV bags, or getting another car, getting another watch, not yet, because those things doesn't give you health. Health is the real wealth here, ladies and gentlemen. So make this as your priority. Get the iTeraCare, then get the bio, then get the Oxytop. Complete it. Make this as a love language to your family, ladies and gentlemen. Let your children feel like my kids. I have 7 kids. They always drink Oxytop every day. They use iTeraCare every day. And they use the bio. You know why? Because I love them. I want them to be healthy. And these are powerful ways, and you can use this in the comfort of your home. This is Prive International. We are positioned to be the world's leader in human health, using the most advanced frequency products today. To know more about our products, ask the person that invited you tonight. All right? This is the Prive headquarters in KL. You can go there if you wish. And this is our board of directors. Amazing gentlemen with wonderful hearts, great big hearts for humanity, with more than 100 years of collective leadership and management experience in this industry. This is Prive. We have global events. We are expanding now to over 80 countries and regions and states all over the world. If you resonate with what I'm saying tonight, if you say with me, Nathan, I want to join, I want to do what you're doing, Nathan, I want to spread the good news of this technology, I'm going to impact, empower, transform more lives, I want to join that, yes, you're most welcome. Join us if you have the heart to bring this as the answer to a lot of people's cravings for health. A lot of people are desperate to be wanting to be healthy, to have a solution. This is a God-given gift to humanity. So if you are that person and you resonate with what I'm saying, come and join us and become part of a Pride family, ladies and gentlemen. So you can follow my Telegram, or you can go to the website of iElite to get a lot of our information, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you learned something new today. All right. Thank you so much for your time.